Hey there, it's Jim and Debbie with another episode of the Midday Minute. Debbie, we are high tech now with that new intro.
We are super cool.
And we have some other enhancements coming in an episode or two or three, depending on how long it takes to figure it out. But we're excited about some of the advances for the show.
Absolutely. Looking forward to debuting those.
Yep. Now, in today's episode of the show, we are going to be talking about the summer series, checking in on that, and also the Take a Break with the ENF chats on Facebook Live. We're going to share the schedule with you.
That's right.
But before we get into that, we have two contest winners to announce. Now, the first one is our $500 donation winner from the last installment, the second installment of the summer series, the Get Social episode hosted by our communications team. Debbie, who's going to win a $500 donation to the charity of their choice?
The $500 comment contest winner is 3Carry-M.
3Carry-M, congratulations. Why don't you tell us in the comments below or by emailing enf@elks.org who you are you man or machine, and where would you like us to donate that $500? What's the charity you would like to support with that money?
Yeah, congratulations to 3Carry-M.
Now, all 3Carry-M did, whether it's a bot or not, we don't know, was comments on the Get Social episode with the hashtag announced during the show, right?
Yes, indeed, which I believe was Get Social.
Now, we also have a comment contest that we do every episode of the Midday Minute. It's, by comparison, it's a paltry $50, but it's a soft credit to an ENF-funded program of the winner's choice. Soft credit means that the person gets recognition credit, their lodge gets per member giving credit, but officially it is not a donation from them. It's a donation from the Midday Minute show. Now, Debbie, I'm really excited about this, and I'm going to tell you why. It's time to wake the kids, phone your friends. They said this would never happen, that it couldn't be done, that we would never have a repeat winner of the comment contest. But just like we saw a couple years ago in the NCAA tournament, when UMBC knocked off Virginia, a 16 seed, beat a 1 seed, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and this winner's soft credits are piling up, and this week's winner is Mark Floor.
Mark, congratulations!
UMBC makes history in Charlotte.
Yay, Mark!
I feel like the floodgates are open now. I think it's going to become a regular. I mean, we still haven't seen a 1 seed beat a 16 seed in the tournament since 2018, but I feel like we are now going to start to see a lot of repeat winners.
All right. Well, congratulations to Mark, and thanks for using the hashtag ENF Midday.
Yep, Mark, you know the drill. As a repeat winner, just tell us in the comments below or email us at enf@elks.org or email me personally if you'd like. Tell us how you would like to apply that $50 soft credit. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the summer series. We've now 2 episodes in. Mm-hmm. The third is coming on this Sunday. Get Social was an excellent primer on social media, right?
It really was, yeah. I learned a few things, like using grid lines on your phone.
Oh, I've got them on my phone too now. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I pulled my phone out right away and set that up. That was pretty cool.
Thanks, comms team.
Yeah, if you are new to social media and wondering what the buzz is all about, we encourage you to watch this episode because it's going to explain a few of the social media channels to you, what they are, the big ones, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, but it'll also cover YouTube. And it's going to give you some ideas of how you can use those tools to promote your lodge in your community.
Right. Everyone is doing it, and everyone should be doing it. It's the way to get the word out.
So we encourage you to check that out. There's a link right up here. Okay. Now on Sunday, you and I are back in the big seats.
Yeah.
The third installment, which we are calling
The 2 Grands.
And why are we calling it the 2 Grands, Debbie?
Well, Jim, like we talked about, we are interviewing, sitting down with Bob Dutzman, who was last year's national president, now a past Grand Exalted Ruler, and we're sitting down with this year's Grand Exalted Ruler, Paul Ryan. So
freshly minted,
super excited about that. So the episode is the 2 Grands, And then we're going to throw in some grants too, because we're going to talk about the grants next,
Right.
the next phase for the Community Investments Program.
So that will premiere on Sunday evening at 5 p.m. on our YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Right?
looking forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, we're going to be back in the building to host that show. So should be a good time. But let's talk about the Take a Break. That they debuted 2 Fridays ago. We've now had 2 of them every Friday at 10 a.m. Central. Members of our staff are hosting these chats on Facebook Live.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you have been using Facebook Live. I haven't used it all that often, but it's a lot of people are doing it, and it's just a super, super, super easy way to connect with your Facebook followers. You get a notification that says, the Elks National Foundation is going live. You click on that, and then it's basically like you're in a Zoom with somebody.
It's like this, except it's not recorded. It's live.
It's live, and you can chat questions. You get answers. It's pretty cool. I am looking forward to this week's on Friday. The Facebook Live will be with our Community Investments Program staff, our SIPsters, Megan Morris and Katie Graves. They're going to be taking over.
Have you told them not to scoop us?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, make sure they do not scoop us.
They're not going to.
The big announcements about Phase 3 are reserved for our show on Sunday night.
That's right. You have to tune in on Sunday night to the big show, and then you can tune into or click on our website on Monday to get all the details. So right. You need to hear it first.
If you want to meet a couple of the SIPsters, ask some other questions about grants, chat with them, you can. Now, the drill has been that we're trying to collect questions in advance just so that we have something to kind of move the chat forward. Right. But they will be responding to your questions that you ask live in the chat as well. If we can't get to them during the FB Live, we will respond afterwards. But they'll make every effort to try to respond to everything in the Facebook Live.
That's right. They're going to be talking about grant use in the time of COVID. So pretty timely. Right. And we've got a lot of lodges, like we've been talking about over these last few weeks, few months, I should say. People are really creative and really rising to the occasion. So it's exciting.
Then Friday, July 31st, we have...
Then on the 31st, our scholarship team will take over the FB Live. Colleen Conrad, who you know as Coco and one of the best friends of the show. I see that Rita suggested perhaps we have 2 best friends of the show on the last.
Rita, you know how we feel about that. If everyone's a best friend,
right?
No one's a best friend.
So
I'll tell you what, that Coco is winning the ratings war against Mary.
She is.
Yeah.
Colleen Conrad, our scholarship manager, will be sitting down with Jessica Carter, who is a 2015 MVS finalist who has recently joined our staff. And they're going to be talking about scholarship contest promotion in the time of COVID. So look forward to that. If you have any questions, please send those in. That's on the 31st.
Most Valuable Student Contest kicks off August 5th. That is coming like a freight train.
It is. It sure is. And we're going to be putting up all sorts of resources about, best practices and all of this. So they'll be talking about it on the 31st, and then you can, of course, find that online as well. Okay. Then we're kicking it over to August. And then August 7th, our Youth Programs Associate, McKenna Cannon, will be sitting down with a member of the backboard just to talk about, what life lessons they learned from participating in the Hoop Shoot and what takeaways and how they're applying it to their life right now. So
the backboard is our youth, our alumni advisory board.
Right.
Our Hoop Shoot.
Right. Our Hoop Shoot Alumni Advisory Board. And if things didn't go the way they went in the spring, we had 11 backboard members for this year. So that was pretty cool. We
had nearly doubled inside.
Right, right. So McKenna will be sitting down with a backboard member, which is really something to look forward to. We'll be meeting again and sitting down with our board chair and the Hoop Shoot subcommittee chair, Jim Grillo, in the coming weeks. And then that will be episode 4, right? Debuting on Sunday, right. August 9th. And then the next week for the Facebook Live on August 14th, I think Donor Services is stepping in to the fray, and they'll be fielding questions. So.
Yeah, last week you heard from the development team. They're the fundraisers. When the money comes in, it's handled by the donor services team. They're responsible for processing all the gifts, making sure the proper people get credited for those, sending out the acknowledgement letters, generating reports for our fundraisers, all that sort of stuff. They're an important cog in the machinery at the foundation, and we will have a member or two of the team to answer questions.
Yeah, so that will be happening on the 14th.
Yep.
And then you and I will take over on August 21st. And
That's
we'll
correct.
be chatting about the episode that will be premiering on the 23rd, which I
don't know if you can hear all my devices, but my phone is going off. My other computer is dinging. Sorry about that for all of our listeners.
Get the behind the scenes sounds. No, I couldn't hear it. So actually that's okay. But anyway, we'll be sitting down, taking questions on August 21st at 10 a.m. And then the final episode in the summer series will debut on Sunday, August 23rd.
Right. And that'll be sort of a state of the ENF. And we'll be talking about, our response to COVID and what the outlook is moving forward and all that.
Yeah.
For us. And then, as we mentioned last week, we will end the summer with our donor event on August 30th. So
that's right.
A lot coming down the pike, a lot going on. We hope you'll join us for all of those things.
Yeah, I mean, we're churning these things out because we think that it's important content and we want our viewers to watch it. And the nice thing is that if you don't get it while it's live, you often can get it later. It's, we record these things, we post these things, so you can always put aside some time later and tune in.
All right. Well, any final thoughts for our viewers, Debbie?
Well, like I said, Jim, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Sunday and sitting down and chatting with the grands.
Yeah, that should be another really fun episode, and I am looking forward to it.
All right. Well, I'll see you soon.
All right. If you've enjoyed this episode of The Big Show, give us a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. Either way, please share it far and wide with your social network. If you're not a subscriber already, please consider subscribing by hitting that button, and you can tap the bell to be notified every time we post new content. Until next time, thanks so much for tuning in. See ya.
Bye.